these eyebrows of mine need some work, honey. Okay, the eyebrows is back, y'all, but like my wax girl just told me that somebody that I went to before, because I get threaded, I don't get my eyebrows waxed, but back in like November I did let somebody wax my eyebrows, and she like put a hole right here. Like, I'm so annoyed. That is why it's just best to stick to who you know. But it's cool, they gonna grow back. It's just here. I can't believe she did that, Mom.
I can't believe it either. I'm very upset. My daughter has beautiful eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, y'all, so I'm at the hair store now, and I am currently on my hair journey. You know, now that I know my type of hair and stuff like that, I'm gonna start taking care of my hair the correct way. Camille Rose. So I'm trying this. This is the deep conditioning mask. We got, what is this? This is the conditioning custard. This is the shampoo. And then this is a leave-in conditioner. It's a honey hydrate. So yeah, I cannot wait to get started on my hair journey using the correct products, y'all. Of course, I'm gonna take y'all on the journey with me. I have a little friend that just popped up on my face trying to be the start of the show. I don't like that. You don't see her now? I'm currently in this wig out, y'all. I don't do the wigs. My mom do. She's like a wig specialist. I don't know. My girl got so many different girls. So many girls she could switch from. But yes, y'all, I'm so excited for my hair journey. I always had a nice length of hair and still do, clearly. I just want to start taking care and maintaining my natural hair the correct way. That's why I did so much research on what type of hair I have and stuff like that. Shout out to TikTok for helping me on that too. Yo, these wigs be having names. This is Laurel. What's her name? This is Max. Get in the Max, y'all. Max is giving us a purple and blue. Yes. Babiana. Martha. These names is Toria. Oh, Toria is rough. Toria need a perm. This one right here, y'all. This is the start of the show. I gotta move Danica. Make some room for Lady Grace. That's Lady Grace. She got that little, yeah. Oh my God, no, ma'am. You don't need that. No. Absolutely not. You're not going nowhere with me with that one.
Not with that color.
She's not going nowhere with me with that wig on, y'all. I don't know what she's talking about.
I want to buy it just because you don't.
Absolutely. Lady Grace. What's her name? She don't have no name. Her name just Blunt by. Yo, I be cracking up in the hair store because they really give these wigs names. Like, how you know it gives that name? You know, like, how do you know that gives Lady Grace? Okay. She's busting. Okay. Yes, we love a big spender.
It's the lace tape with the right there in the blue box.
I love being a mommy's girl. My mom just took care of my hair care bill, okay? Yeah, because hair care is expensive. I didn't know. Man, that's a whole nother bill for me, yo. Everything is a bill. We walk outside, it's a fucking bill. Hi you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mone't. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not new here, hey you guys, and Happy New Year first and foremost. Yes, we have not checked back in since 2024. So I'm gonna do like a quick little like life update, nothing too crazy, because you already know what we came here to do, and that's talk about my series Road to Creative Recovery, and we are on week 3. So it's now like 11 days into the new year, and I'm not gonna lie y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it is a lot of crazy stuff going in the world right now. Like, what is going on? From the fires in LA to fires in New York to it's snowing in Atlanta. Like, it's just so much going on right now. So prayers to everyone who is starting a new year off all crazy. Now me, on the other hand, y'all know my birthday passed on the 29th of December. I had a whole plan to give y'all like a little birthday vlog, but God had other plans for me. I ended up spending my birthday by myself, and I had the most amazing time. Everywhere I went, I got the ultimate princess treatment. I literally just catered to myself that whole day because duh, it's my birthday, and it just was so good to not have to worry about other people in my ear or having to cater to anybody else's needs. So I definitely had a great 27th birthday, and I know this chapter is about to be everything that I can't even say everything that I could ever imagine, because I know that God is going to wow me this year. So yeah, other than that, life's been pretty chill going into this new year. I just hit the ground running with all the stuff that I needed to get done that I didn't get done last year, and that's pretty much what I've been doing, you know, keeping focused and doing the things that I gotta do for me. So now that we did a little bit of catching up, let's get into week 3 of my book that I'm still reading, The Artist's Way. So we are on week 3, and week 3 was titled Recovering a Sense of Power. In this week, Julia, the author, had focused on a few key points, which were anger, synchronicity, shame, dealing with criticism, and growth, and how they connect to our artistry. I enjoyed this week's reading. What I will say is that I had a lot of like aha moments, so I'm going to share those with you guys this week. So the first key point that I'm going to discuss is anger. Julia, the author, defines anger as fuel, and basically she says that anger is used to show us what our boundaries are. After reading this chapter on anger, it definitely changed my perspective on how I should view anger in my life. So, you know, usually as humans, when we are angry, we tend to react instead of thinking first before we do anything. So instead of, you know, focusing on the thing that we didn't like, which made us angry, we should more so look at anger as an invitation of changing our circumstances in a healthy way. It definitely did change my perspective, and when I think about it, like I said to y'all in the past vlog that I did last year, you know, since I've been in isolation mode, I have found different ways to, like, you know, cope with my anger. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I rarely even get mad anymore, because I know how to not let those things control my emotions. When you give people the power to make you mad, or, you know, just make you angry, you are basically giving them control over your emotions. And as humans, we have to learn how to control our emotions. Like, I feel like that's key. It is, like, it's just key. Moving on, the next subject was synchronicity, and I want to share an example of synchronicity from the book so that way you guys understand and can follow along with what I'm saying next. Julia says that, you know, sometimes as humans, we normally view synchronicity as some type of luck, instead of thinking that those things that happen in our life come from a higher power. So one example from the book that Julia says is, a woman admits to a buried dream of acting. At dinner the next night, she sits beside a man who teaches beginning actors. So you would think that, oh, I just got lucky, I sat next to this person and they so happen to teach actors, and I always dreamed of being an actor. Instead of thinking that you became lucky, how about you look at it as a blessing from God? Like, you didn't know that that was going to happen, so it wasn't luck. Because I am a spiritual person, I always think that something happened in my life and it's like, oh my God, like I can't believe that happened, and it's something that I was either dreaming of or thinking about. I always say like, damn, like God did that. God makes all things happen. Like, I am a firm believer in what the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. And when we speak things into the universe, or when we dream about things, those dreams and those things that we speak into the universe don't just come from us. Those are things that God sent to us. I can attest to so many times in my career where I've prayed on things, like especially, for example, doing New York Fashion Week and working with celebrities. Those are things that I prayed for within my career and that I spoke to God about, and those things actually happened. He put opportunities in my life so that I was able to experience New York Fashion Week. I was able to experience working with celebrity clients, and I never looked at that as luck. I always looked at it as God heard my prayers and He made the universe work for me. So I feel like as humans, we should start viewing those things as those things coming from a higher source, and not just, oh, I just got lucky. The next key point that Julia focuses on is shame. When we hear the word shame, we automatically think of embarrassment, which is true. And when it comes to shame, that's something that we are introduced to very early on in life, and that comes from family, friends, and other outsiders. So you could have family or friends who are very dismissive towards you, or very judgmental, or basically try to make you feel like an asshole, especially if you are creative or not, or just doing something that you love. They could try to make you feel like, oh, you're not going to make no money from that, or you're not going to be as big as the next person, or they basically just try to project, their own feelings, or them not chasing their dreams and their goals onto you. And I feel like as artists especially, we have to start being more protective over ourselves and over our art. Like, you can't let what other people think and their criticism basically trick you out of what you're doing. Like, what you're putting out is good. It doesn't matter about the opinions of other people. And I feel like that's most of our problems as being artists and creators. Like, we pay too much attention on the opinions of other people instead of producing our art or our content. I feel that if you are bold enough to put your art out there, put yourself out there, and put your content out there, that says a whole lot about you. That shows that you have so much courage and you believe in yourself so much that you are bold enough to put yourself out there. And that's something as artists, as human beings, period, that you should be proud of, not be embarrassed about. Because the people that didn't get in front of the camera or put their work out there like that, that's on them. They can't judge you for what you're doing because they didn't even have the balls enough to believe in themselves to do the same thing. Because I promise you, if they did, they would. Can't nobody tell you how to showcase your work, showcase your art, showcase your talent, because at the end of the day, you're doing it. So the opinions of people don't matter. We have to block the noise out. I feel like that's the only way you'll really honestly be able to be successful in anything that you do. You have to block the noise out. You really just gotta say, fuck everybody, this is what I'm doing. Whether you like it or not, I'm still gonna do it. And honestly, that's something that I've kind of like, been preaching to myself more and more and more, because now that I'm on YouTube and now that I'm getting more into content creating, I'm like, if I like it, I'm posting it, and it is what it is. It's gonna attract the people who it's meant for. And if it's not for you, move around. It's not gonna make me stop what I'm doing. And I feel like sometimes that's why most people feel shame or feel embarrassed and get discouraged and not want to do their craft anymore, because they are too focused on the opinions of others. My message to those people that got so much to say about other people and what they should be doing and how they should be doing it when it comes to their talent and their artwork. Like, you have to say fuck the critics, y'all. You have to. That's the only way you'll be successful. And that's why it's so important in knowing who you are. And there's a power in a sense of knowing who you are. And that right there, that chapter right there kind of was like, you know, the chunk of this week's reading, and I loved it so much. The next key point was dealing with criticism. Now, y'all know it's two different types of criticism. You have actual good constructive criticism, and then you have useless criticism. Now, the useful criticism, I'm going to always say, you take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate and you feel like, oh, you don't want to change that and you want to stick to what you're doing, then do that. But sometimes, you know, criticism can be useful. You use that criticism, fix whatever you need to fix, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a masterpiece. And then the last key point, which was also my favorite in this chapter, was growth. Julia defines growth as an erratic forward movement, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I feel like growth is such a touchy subject because as humans, we are very hard on ourselves. I'm a Capricorn 1, and I am very hyper independent. So I'm always, I don't want to say bullying myself, but sometimes I do bully myself into thinking like, oh, I'm not doing enough, I gotta do more. Oh, if I have a day where I'm not completely not doing anything and I just maybe laying around the house and not doing anything, I'm bitching and complaining like, oh, I gotta get up, I gotta do something. And I basically had to unlearn that mindset, because when you're growing, you have to be gentle with yourself, you have to be kind to yourself, because if not, you're gonna stay in that mindset of thinking like, oh, I don't deserve any rest, I don't deserve a break, and in all reality you do. There's no way you're going to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish if you're constantly burning yourself out or overworking yourself and not listening to your body. You have to listen to your body, and that's why rest is so important, and being kind to yourself is so important. You have to. And you have to also be patient with yourself. Like, you're not always going to, you know, grasp a concept on the first try. You're not going to, for example, you're not going to get 100k your first video, 100k views your first video. You're not going to get your first celebrity client as soon as you start doing nails. Like, you're not going to get all of those things right out the jump. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself and understand, like, I'm just growing. And growing is beautiful. Like, once you start changing, once you start shifting your mindset on certain things, you'll be like, damn, like, I wonder why I was always this way. Like, now I can't see it no other way. Like, I'm so glad that I'm now in a space where I now know how to give myself those breaks and not burn myself out, and allow myself to rest, and allow myself to just have downtime for me, because I can't, you know, be of service to everyone if I'm not taking care of me first. Like, I'm so used to being on the move and being on the go, and I don't really be paying attention to, like, Money, you gotta chill, like, you gotta slow down, you gotta get some rest, because I'm always either chasing for the next opportunity, and that's not really a good thing. And it's so crazy that last Sunday in church, like, my pastor even said something that I thought was like, damn, I'm like, I feel like he's talking to me. Like, he said, you're never going to be able to hear God, you know, the messages that he has for you. You're never going to be able to receive that because you're always on the go. You're always on the move. Sometimes we have to have those times where we're being still and just letting God orchestrate our steps. And it's just so crazy, like, how art and spirituality, like, all of that stuff ties in together. And I'm just, like, super proud of myself for allowing myself to shift my mindset and thinking that I gotta be an Energizer Bunny and working, doing this job, working here, doing this gig, doing that. Like, girl, sit the hell down somewhere. It's okay. It's gonna get done. I promise you it ain't going nowhere. I promise you your clients ain't going nowhere. I promise you no opportunity that is actually for you is gonna go anywhere. And God wouldn't let that happen. So I say that to say, y'all, if you are anything like me, or you're just someone who, you know, bully yourself into thinking you're not doing enough, trust me, you're doing enough. Allow yourself to have those breaks. Allow yourself to get that rest. You need it, because that's the only way you're going to be able to keep running, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to continue to produce the content and the art and show your talent off like you're supposed to. That's all I have for y'all for week 3, y'all. Like, it was definitely an eye-opening chapter. And I'm so excited for week 4. Week 4 is actually titled Recovering a Sense of Integrity. So I can't wait to get into that with you guys next week. So be sure to stay tuned for week 4's content, you guys. And make sure y'all follow me on my other platforms. Mone't on all platforms. TikTok, Instagram, obviously YouTube. I'm thinking about getting back on Snapchat. I don't know if it's really useful or not, but I'll see. I'm probably going to get back on Snapchat. Same handle for Twitter as well. I'm not really active on there either, but you know, that's for just shits and giggles. But to actually like see my content and, you know, see a little bit more of my day-to-day stuff, definitely follow me on other platforms. I love you guys, and thank you for the continuous support, and I'm so excited for what 2025 has for us. Bye.